Hello everyone, in today's video we will be looking at Blurrg and the Mandalorian from the vintage collection. It's quite hard to get all of this in shot because it's quite a big box. But yeah, so we'll go through it bit by bit. But there's a cool image on the top there. And then they're just showing that you get the card back inside with the Mandalorian figure there. And yeah, pretty decent image on the front there. On the side then, you have that image of him riding the Blurrg, which is quite cool. And then on this side, sort of, I think that's when he's trying to sort of like break it in, I guess. But yeah, that's quite a cool image there, which is awesome. And then on the back, there's a lot of glare from the light, so I do apologize about that. But I think that's the same image as the front. Yes, it is. And then they're just showing what's inside. So yeah, we'll go ahead, we'll get this opened up and talk a bit more about it. Okay, so straight out of the box, this is what it looks like, and the card back there, obviously the bubble coming through there is loose, so there's the card back there. We'll talk a bit more about that in a sec, but here is the Blurrg sort of in the box, so we'll get that set up now. Okay, so pretty straightforward. You just pop the legs on like so on the sides, and then the one arm is loose and that needs to be popped on. The other arm will already be attached. So you've got like this little saddle thing on the top here, which is pegged in at the bottom underneath the Blurrg there. So that's already on there. I didn't put that on there. That was already there, but I do believe it comes off if you unpeg it at the bottom. And yeah, these legs, I was surprised actually. The level of, like, it's got rocker ankles, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, they're tiny little feet. But yeah, there's sort of there's a joint there at the knee, and then obviously they swivel out like that. So you've got a good range of motion on it. I was kind of expecting a bit more like what is going on with the arms, where it's sort of up and down, out like that maybe. I mean, you don't really need much else for the arms, I wouldn't say. But yeah, even the tail there, you know, you've got full range of, you know, you can go upside down if you want. But yeah, so pretty good articulation there. So with the mouth open like so. All the teeth there. And one thing I will say about this figure is those eyes, you can probably see there's a bit of a, like a reflection, a bit of shine there from the light. And they've got like this shine effect on them, which I think is really good actually, because it sort of gives a bit of life to it. Maybe they're not just this matte dull color, they're shiny like an eye would be. So I think that's really cool. And yeah, paintwork, it's all sort of on point, all within the lines, no spillages, no marks that I can see. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this so far. I think he's looking pretty cool. It's been a while since we've had like a creature, or at least since I've purchased one, like a proper. I think we got a few on the way. We've got like the wolf thing that Ahsoka rides in Ahsoka. And we've had like a few, you know, loth cats and stuff like that. But I can't remember the last time I got an actual creature in the vintage collection. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And just quickly, the final thing before we look at the figure is sort of the reins here for the Blurrg. Guess they just slot in like that. Guess you tilt it back there, and whoever is sat on there can hold on to it. So yeah, that's that. Okay, and here is the figure here, an unpunched card, which is always quite nice. I tend to open most of my figures, but it's still pretty nice to see from time to time. And that's a pretty awesome image on there. I believe that's taken probably straight from the show. So yeah, that's looking pretty good on there. There's the figure in there with the orange background. The orange name pill at the top there. And then yeah, on the back, the figure, bit of information there, VC335. So yeah, it's a pretty nice, sort of smart looking card back, that, but we're going to open it up and take a closer look. Okay, so straight off of the card and out of the plastic, this is what the figure is looking like here. And he's looking pretty good. It's a nice sort of clean paint job on the helmet there. Obviously this is from season 1, so I'm guessing just after he got his new pauldron there, but he's still in the old sort of scraggly outfit there. But yeah, so nice bit of articulation there on the arms. I'm guessing that this is going to be different from sort of the original one that we had, or we've had a few, but I don't know how many we've had of him in this outfit. So I think this is going to be probably a mixture of things, probably more recent Mando figures. But yeah, just checking all the articulation, it's all pretty much up to date, except we haven't got rocker ankles, which is odd, because if this is a sculpt, well, I'm guessing maybe what they've done is the lower half of these legs is possibly from that original one. That's why he doesn't have the rockers, which is a shame, because I feel like you can get some proper dynamic poses with them, but it's good enough. I mean, everything else is there. You know, look at that. You sort of got all the other articulation is there. That's pretty great on the arms. Yeah, the soft goods cape, you know, I'll take that every day of the week over plastic. I don't mind the plastic ones. They look okay. But yeah, you can't beat this, I don't think. So yeah, that's the figure there, really. Not much else to really say, because a lot of it we've seen before, but it is updated. And I've got the original one here just to do a side-by-side. Obviously, ignore that, because I'm pretty sure that came with, I can't remember his name, but the bounty, the blue guy. But the rest of it is the original figure. I just couldn't be bothered to take it out of his hand. So yeah, the colours are a bit different. They're more vibrant on this one, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing that they're not on this, because this just for some reason looks better. You'd think more sort of vibrant colours and stuff, but yeah, this one just looks better to me. And obviously then we have, you know, the updated pauldron on the side, which is looking pretty cool there. And yeah, just everything else is kind of the same, really. Like I said, slightly different paintwork. This one here looks battle damaged like this one, but this one on here isn't painted with the silver bits like that one is, so this one almost doesn't look battle damaged there. But the legs, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're the same legs, and that would explain the lack of rocker ankles. But it's a different paint job on the head. This one's got almost like a sandy kind of dirt effect on it, and this one is clean. So you would think it would be the other way around, really, with, you know, if he's sort of training, you know, trying to break the Blurrg in and that, he gets covered in dirt a lot. But yeah, I much prefer this one, I think. So yeah, it's pretty cool. The weapons, I want to say, are going to be the same. Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah, it is a different paint job, actually. That's more of like a sort of that gunmetal-y colour, and then you've got a few different colours there. This is brown, just sort of straight up like a shiny brown colour, and even the end is painted differently. So I think if I had to choose, I think the original one is better there, but it's not a major issue. And here is the pistol. So again, the paintwork on the original one is probably better, because there is actually some. This is all one colour. It's sort of like a dark metallic grey. This is a light metallic sort of gunmetal grey with the brown for the handle. But again, it's not a major issue. You can kind of swap things out and stuff. And I'm guessing, yeah, under there is where the rifle goes. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is this was the first figure that sort of got me back into collecting again in the vintage collection way back, I want to say about 3 years ago now, 2021. I think it was when I bought this, probably. So yeah, it's kind of nice to get a revamped one, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. Okay, so some final thoughts on both these figures. I'm impressed. I think the Blurrg is pretty spot on. When the show came out years ago and we started getting these figures and stuff, I really wanted a Blurrg because I thought they were pretty cool. And I was in some groups and stuff, and I saw people 3D printing Blurrgs, and I was really tempted to try and get someone to do that because they looked pretty cool. So when I saw this, I thought I was impressed when I first saw the pictures of it, but sometimes they don't live up to that. You know, when you get them in hand, they look a bit different, but it does look spot on. I think it's perfect. The articulation, the paintwork, everything is spot on. Especially the eyes. I said earlier, but the eyes I'm really impressed with. They could have just sort of gone with a matte colour and been done with it. But they didn't. They painted them in a sort of like, they put this gloss on it, and it looks great. And the articulation, again, they could have sort of skimped on that and just given us something with like swivel legs, but yeah, there's plenty of articulation there. The fact that the tail moves and stuff, it's great. You can sort of balance it a bit easier then. And the figure sits on there nice, as you can see, and the figure itself is awesome. Again, it would have been cool to have maybe got some rocker ankles, but I see why they sort of cut the corner a bit on that one, keeping the original legs. They would have had to sort of, I guess, maybe resculpt them or change them a bit. So recycling that isn't a biggie, I don't think. So yeah, overall, I am impressed with this figure. It's a good, decent thing. Long overdue, I will say, but we've got it at last, and yeah, it's spot on. So all that's left to really say is thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, thumbs up would be appreciated. Maybe subscribe if you want to see more of this sort of stuff. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm always happy to engage with people in the comments. And so yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.